Let me ask you, why you
Yeah.
want to talk about politics?
Because the podcast is about philosophy, ethics, and politics.
Why? Because it's more interesting for people, or people like really have interest to it, or why?
Because originally it started as MMA, so MMA and comedy. That was the original aspect of the podcast. But then as I started interviewing people, as it got to COVID and the interviews that I was having, people started discussing.
COVID straight away politics.
COVID changed everything.
Yes.
And then,
away,
and then I started interviewing these activists, and then I started interviewing politicians, and it moved away from MMA. Then my studio got raided in Sydney by a counter-terrorism squad, and they locked me up under a false warrant.
What was the reason? What was the excuse and a reason and purpose or whatever fucking?
So the reason, the reason was incitement. So in Sydney, there was one protest that was over 100,000 people on the streets, and Channel 9 put me
against
COVID lockdown specifically of small businesses. And then Channel 9 posted me across the news saying that I was the one that organised everything.
Podcaster and an alleged organiser of the rally, Diogo Cohea, made his position clear online.
Yes, I was arrested illegally,
but left it to his lawyer to plead not guilty in court.
Because I was giving people a platform. So then due to that and putting me across all the news.
The government started targeting you.
Yeah.
And used authorities.
Yeah. Exactly.
Very familiar.
Do you know what that sounds like?
Absolutely.
Well,
simple. It's very simple.
Yeah.
Because they use their dogs. Yes. They use their dogs. Police, anyone else. But apparently, squad, whatever was it, it's a part of police and authority. That went after you. Yes. And the government, they use their dogs. They pay them money. They employ them. Yes. It's a government job. And they do whatever the government is going to say, and politicians.
Do they do this in Russia?
Of course, 100%. Yes, 100%. And I think in Russia, it's happening. If you go against government, you may end up dead. Like.
So would you say?
What's his name? It's a big opposition in Russia. Russian opposition was. He died. He dead.
Yes, he died.
He died. Yeah, yep. But Navalny, his name. Dead.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, don't be that guy. Don't be Navalny. That's it.
What do you mean? Don't
be this guy. Don't be. If you want to if you don't want to get killed or don't want to be a dead guy, don't fucking go that way. That's it.
Hold on. He died.
He's a crazy guy. Yes.
But what do you mean? Don't be like him. He was just trying to go against Russia.
He poked a bear for too long.
Yeah.
Yes. He poked a bear for too long, and he was like asking. He was asking for that for many, many, many years.
Was he not just trying to be elected and trying to win votes? Is that what was happening?
No, he'd been kicked out.
He was kicked out
from voting program or whatever it is. He'd been kicked out,
right?
Because the guy, the president, and he's very safe. And I've been in Russia this year for 3 months.
Okay,
and I know what's going on in Russia. Sort of know what's going on.
What's going on?
What's going on? People in Russia, they don't give a fuck. They just care. They don't give a fuck about who's ruling the country or leading the country. They just care about the income, today's income, every day, to feed their families.
Yes,
and about the jobs, that can sort of give them opportunity to provide to their families and provide to themselves. That's it. Just normal, it's normal kind of feeling every people feel, and in every country, they don't care about big things,
But it seems
they care about smaller things.
Yeah. It seems like in Russia there are poverty-stricken places. However, it seems like they still support
no.
Vladimir Putin.
Poverty is not existing in Russia. I believe.
Okay.
Even today, even with all these Western world countries sanctions, poverty is not existing. Yes, it's affected Russia. It's affected income of average people, things, and like a income or and it's lowering income, and it's kind of, but it's not that bad as it was in 90s, and people still live all right, and they don't want to go back to 90s. People appreciate what's going on in Russia today.
Yeah.
And what happening in the last 20 years, they appreciate it, and they don't want to go back to 90s when was like a Yeltsin, Gorbachev, the previous president of president of Soviet Union, and they destroyed the country, and Putin doing better things for Russia. Russia is his country. It's his his country, his own country.
Yes.
It's his backyard, his pocket, everything,
Yeah.
So he is looking after Russia because that's his own country.
Yes.
Number one, he's not gonna do bad things for Russia because that's his country. He's a king, Tsar, whatever you wanna say.
Yeah.
Yes, and but he's a pain in the ass of American government. Number one, it's and it's happened for several years.
What do you think is a pain in the ass for the American government?
Afghanistan, Iraq, and he's asking questions. No one else in the world, no one country in the world asking or speaking up like him. Only him can speaking up. Only. China is a different planet. Yes, it's absolutely different planet. Yes.
Okay.
Russia is somewhere like between China and maybe Western countries, but
but is the only one standing up to the American regimes where everyone falls into line?
Hold on, no, not only one guy, but everyone else been killed.
Right,
by American government, set up and killed.
Yeah.
Gaddafi,
yes.
Saddam Hussein,
yes.
Many others, many others for last centuries.
A lot of people argue that all those people that were killed, like Gaddafi, like Saddam Hussein, was actually killed because of Israel. It was in the Israeli interest to capture that land, to extend their nation. And America is just a proxy of going in and taking these people out.
You're not allowed to talk about Israel. You're not allowed to talk about Jews.
Why?
No one allowed to talk about Jews. Unless you are Jew. What? Unless you are Jew. Okay?
Unless you're Jew.
Yes.
What? Okay, so why did they get special preference where we can't talk about them? But
politics, because it's a BS. It's the biggest BS because of the Second World War. Yes, because of the Hitler.
Because of Hitler, we can't talk about Jews.
Yes, exactly. Yes. You're gonna.
But there's
that's written in some countries' constitution and laws. You cannot, because you're gonna be blamed in a racism or discrimination and xenophobia or whatever it is. I don't know.
But then I can say to you,
yes, you can.
As a Russian,
yes, you can.
Stalin killed 20 million Christians.
Yes, you're right.
So, why can't I talk about 6 million people that had a terrible time when 20 million of my people were killed by Russians and Stalin.
Are you German?
Am I German?
Are you serious?
No, Christians across the world. What do you?
Yeah, okay, you're not German, yeah?
Not that I know. No, I'm Portuguese.
Look,
Portuguese
okay,
is my background.
Yes.
Yeah, Portugal,
Portuguese.
Roman Empire.
But I got my neighbor. His name is Diogo.
Yes.
Is it like
Mine's Diogo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is it same thing pretty much? Yeah?
Same thing. Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Just different pronunciation. Whatever.
Yeah, different spelling, but Diego and Diogo
He's
is
Argentinian, apparently.
yeah. It's the when they so Diogo, the first name of Diogo was Christopher Columbus's son, and when it was translated was because of English. So English can't really pronounce Diogo for some reason. If I go to a coffee shop and say my name's Diogo, they reply with Diego, and then it got translated into Diego. But it's the same thing. It's the same.
Are you born here?
No, Brazil.
Brazil. Okay. So you're quite fair skin from Brazilian, apparently.
Yeah.
So you got no native Brazilians background.
Probably do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been in South America myself.
Yeah.
In Chile, yes.
Oh, Chile, yeah.
Chile, yes.
Chile's it's a good place.
It was a big experience for me. It was like a wow.
They say that in the mountains of Chile is where all the generals and scientists of Hitler moved to.
Yeah, 100%. Yes, far away. And Australia probably too.
They mixed around. I know one of the major generals, which was one of the evilest general of them all, apparently worse than Hitler. He actually
further away from the
NASA.
Europe.
He went to NASA. But why can't we talk about the Jews? We should be able to talk about the Jews. But I can understand your perspective on maybe America it's actually America's war. But I've been told this is my understanding of geopolitics is that Iraq, Afghanistan, and those areas were actually in the interest of Israel more than in the interest of America.
What's the richest person? In the world,
Elon Musk.
No. Before him, Rockefeller or something.
Rothschild.
Yeah,
Bill Gates.
It's like no. It's like a bank, something related to banks.
Yeah, Rothschild, the Rothschild family dynasty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's like a family. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a family. So the Rothschild started.
Is it United States?
No, it started in France by Jacob Rothschild. And he had a bunch of kids, and then he said, go to different locations. And then they moved to England and other areas to start up their own banking franchise. And then they developed, and then the Rothschild family was actually the first to be allowed to be a lord in England. And he did a speech in 1945. It's very interesting. The two speeches that the Rothschild did in the House of Lords in England, one was to establish Israel as a country and a state. The second one was to stop the pasteurization of milk. So stop raw milk. So now that we have pasteurized milk, those are the only two speeches that he ever did at the House of Lords. One about milk, the other one about let's start Israel, which I found it fascinating.
Yeah, the Israel been founded in Palestine. Yes.
Yes, on top of Palestine.
Yeah, and which is not was really like a legal act or something. Is it? Was it? Was controversial.
It's controversial.
Yes, because back in the days, no one give S word about. What was going on about killing even millions of people.
Yeah,
no one was giving even a matter whatever. But
whether it was legal or not, I don't know, because
it was illegal. 100% it was illegal. It was Palestine. It was their country. Jew people got no country, got no land.
Mm-hmm.
They moved from Egypt. Everyone knows that. They were like a gypsy people.
Yes.
We all know that.
Well, they came from Abraham, that came from and that was Iraq back before it was called Iraq.
So Israel been founded just 50 or 70 years ago after World War II.
Yeah.
With the help of Americans, American government, English, and I don't know who else, maybe Russians been involved, I'm not sure. But back in the days, Palestinian people, they probably got no government even. They got like just a country, desert, sand, and they got just tribes on that area, and apparently some forces used that opportunity and built a country like for Jews, for Jew people. Yeah, and I don't know, same thing pretty much in Australia, you know, like because originally English moved to Australia, colony, made a colony, and invaded this country. Same as Israel. They invaded that land because that was opportunity, because local people cannot fight back. Same like indigenous people. But now that's a good theme for you guys to rise and to talk about it.
Yeah.
Today, Australian government, they talking about indigenous people, first they call it First Nation.
Yes.
Even it's described and written in maybe constitution or whatever, in laws, that cannot say bad things about indigenous people, blah blah blah. It's like a sort of a payback, but it's all fake. It's all fake, because Australian government and Australian politicians, they don't care about indigenous people. They don't wanna. They don't live with them. First of all, they don't live in with them. Yes, 100%. Their kids not going to school where the indigenous people, indigenous kids study at all. They set them up in communities up north, like here in Western Australia. Yeah, we have indigenous in Perth. Yes, we have, but it's mainly public schools. Which is less recommended, and the public schools in Perth have a low sort of like level, you know,
ATAR or whatever school.
Yeah, of course, you know, all that white people and top class of Australians, they go to private schools and paid schools, and I guess indigenous kids are there, probably not even existing, or a very low minority, or not existing. Yeah, exactly. So it is what it is. You know, we are living in a very racist country. Australia is a very racist country towards foreigners. 100%, 100%. Officially, it's not, but it's all fake.
What do you mean we're a very racist country? I want to do a check on this microphone one more time. Because can you turn, maybe, is it check 1 2 2 2? Can you pass me that mic, Victor? Check 1 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2. Check. Why are they different?
Sounds slightly different, yeah.
Check. Yeah. There we go. Wow. Yeah.
Oh.
The first channel, there's something with the first channel.
With the first one.
Maybe they've
Can you hear me now? Oh,
screwed it
yeah, it's
over.
louder, yeah.
Way louder, huh?
Yeah.
So much better.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, it's so good. There we go. All right. Okay. Let's so we'll go straight back.
Hang on.
Yeah.
The video's not showing anymore?
Did you unplug it?
Look, you got a picture of a Jew guy in your studio. Yes.
No, I was doing
Look at that one. Is he a Jew?
Is he?
Yeah. Is it Einstein?
That's Albert Einstein.
Yes, he's a Jew. I'm sure.
Is he a Jew?
Yes. I'm sure he's a Jew. Yes.
Cut to this. Cut to this. Cut to this.
Look, guys, you have to respect Jews. I'm telling you, you need to. Jews do major impact on our society and community. You know, that's 100%. So, yes, that's yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yes.
That's so good.
And I know myself.
I didn't know Albert Einstein was Jewish.
Yes, 100%. 100%. He's a Jew. Yeah, you can Google it.
Do you know what's crazy? Is that Houdini was also Jewish. A lot of the major magicians are Jewish.
They like a fraud. Yes. They love it. They love fraud. Yes, for sure.
All right, that part is probably
they invented this. They invented the fraud. You know that?
the fraud.
Fraud.
What's that?
It's like a fake bullshit. You know, like. Yes, you know what I mean.
I get you.
Yes,
I get you.
yes, yes.
I
So
get
they invaded. I heard that Jesus Christ was a Jew as well. Yeah.
I heard this as well.
Yeah.
Apparently,
So
this is
Christianity is
revelation
made up by Jews.
All right.
Okay, we were not going to talk about that.
Well, there's different texts actually, and I want to get back to why Australia is racist because we had a cut there.
Yes,
But
100%, 100%.
before we get to why Australia is racist,
Yeah.
you're a Christian Orthodox. There are agnostic texts that say that
I'm Orthodox, but I'm not a strong believer.
So are you Orthodox because Putin's Orthodox?
No.
Why are you Orthodox then?
It's traditional thing in Russia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And it's a main religion in Russia. And at one point, I was like sort of suggested, and I followed that suggestion. And I joined. I got baptized.
Yeah.
I was 24, I think.
Yeah.
With my uncle, actually. My uncle is Armenian.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they also Christian Orthodox, but slightly different. But he being baptized in a Russian church with me.
So it's more of a cultural thing, and is that?
Yeah.
Do you think that's truth for a lot of Russians? That is, they're culturally Orthodox.
Yeah, 100%, yes.
So would you say you're atheistic?
No, I accept God. I'm not atheist for sure. No.
Okay.
But I'm not a strong believer. That's what I say. You know, after my life experience, you know, like and seeing, especially here in Australia, I've been living here for 20 years, and when I especially I see that BS a Russian church in Perth.
Yes,
we have a Russian church in Perth. And I met a priest of Russian church here, and he's not a good guy. He's manipulated by his family, his missus, and it's all about this donations, money.
So you believe in God, and you just don't follow the dogma of religion. But
I'm just realistic. I'm a realistic guy.
Do you believe in Jesus Christ?
No.
As God?
It's a hard question because I believe in some power above us, and some I accept it, you know, like, accepted that something is existing above us, but not particular Jesus Christ or Allah or
Ishna Hindu.
Yes, exactly.
The Buddha.
Because you cannot just because Jesus Christ, people who believe in Jesus Christ, they are minority in on this planet. Because majority is Muslim, I guess. You know, yeah, Muslim.
Nah, I think Armenia just switched. They've been Armenia or Albania. Sorry, Albania switched. They used to be a Muslim majority for centuries. Now they just switched to Christian Orthodox. So Christianity is on a rise. There's 600,000 flipped in America this year alone. That's moved to Christian Orthodoxy specifically, not even Protestants or Anglicans. So there is a rise in Christianity.
Well, how come?
Now, the question is it culturally? Is it a pushback against postmodernism? Is it a pushback against society decay? Is it a pushback against degeneracy?
Diogo, hold on. Muslim countries, they're sort of like a second or third world countries compared to Christian countries. Western countries, yes, and
some,
yeah, and they're losing. They're all like developed countries, Western world countries. They're losing the people who live there. They modern days, they stop believing in God at all, pretty much. You know, because today people believe in different things like money, career, focusing on other things.
Yeah,
not just going to church even every Saturday or Sunday. I don't know, Saturday, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, they're not going in. So all these departments, like religion departments in Western world countries like Australia, England, United States, they're losing.
But what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? They're losing their members?
Yes, 100%.
In Christianity, they're losing their members.
100%. Yes,
but
because every generation coming up, they just it's traditional thing, you know.
Camera switch.
They're not attracting members as it was before, back in the days, like 20, 30 years ago. We're living in a modern time. Technology, devices, you know, iPhone, whatever, social media. We're living in that kind of reality, you know. And
but wouldn't you say that reality currently is decaying society, and that's why more people are turning to Christianity?
No, at all. Not at all. No, they're not turning there. They're not going there. People, young generations, they even been told, they even telling in schools when they go to their primary school, they've been, and today in Australia, I'm talking about particular about Australia. I don't know what's going on in Russia in schools, but I know what's going on sort of in Australia. In Australia, they telling kids in school to do not right things. You're number one. You do whatever you want to do. No one can tell you, no one can force you or tell you what to do, because even if they're your parents, they can't tell you. You tell us. If they're trying to force you, tell us. We're gonna stop them. That's what they tell fucking kids in school today in Australia.
And do you think this is only for Christianity, or do you think this is also for Muslims and other religions? Do you think they're in decline also?
I believe it's sort of like against religion at all, no matter Christianity or Muslim. It's against. So, but Australian government, they wanna robots people, robots, go work, go home, and walk on the line. That's it. That's what the Australian government wants, and probably any other governments want. It doesn't matter. Russia, Australia, United States, that's what they want. They want robots, and no excuses for that. If you step out of that line, you go to jail. That's what they want. That's what they want.
It's true. I do think they do want workaholics, especially in this
look at
fake
this.
democracy that we're in.
Look at us. Look at Australia, the mortgage.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this, man? It's absolute fucking bullshit, man.
Yeah.
We have in Australia lots of land. It's a huge land. We got lots of space, unpopulated. And look at the fucking square meters the government are charging us.
Yeah, like
mortgage. Yes, for a block of the land, you have to pay hundred thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, like 200 square meters, and you got to pay like $900,000 for like nothing. I agree. I agree with you, and they tax us a lot.
This is manipulation. What else? What else you can call it? Fake. It's a fake, man. It's a build up. I don't know. Banks. Who is the biggest? People in Australia are saying biggest gang in Australia, government. That's what people say in Australia.
It's true, because recently it's come out that merchant fees are unconstitutional. So every time you pay with a credit card and you get charged, that's actually in our constitution. That's illegal, and the government said that they're not going to pay everyone back.
Yeah, you told me about
running it
about
as a marketing
your house
campaign.
being ridden by squad, by special force, whatever. Yes, but also illegally. Okay, but illegally means for government means legally anyway. Yes. You can't prove anything, They just do whatever they want because they're government.
Do now, ask later is the motto of the government. So in the courts, it was still proven that they did things illegal. So they don't care. I understand what you're saying.
I want to say Australia is very corrupted country. Australia is corrupted country. Officially, corruption is illegal in Australia. It's written by law, but
unofficially, corrupt.
Exactly, it's a racist. Unofficially, Australia is a very racist country.
You said that before.
Yeah, I said it before.
So why
towards foreigners and not white people? Yes, no matter what color you are, even if you're born in Australia, but if you're not white. You're different. You're different. Yeah.
You think if you're not, are you saying that foreigners that come in that
people who talking with the accent like me?
Yeah.
Are never gonna be Aussie. If you're not born in Australia and you're talking with the accent, you're never gonna be Aussie. Yes. Yes.
So for me, for example, I have an Australian accent, I would say.
Yeah.
But I wasn't born here. I was born in Brazil.
You're Aussie. Are you born here?
No.
So
would you say that you just have to develop your accent to be Australian?
Yes. Major. That's a major thing. Yes. It's a major thing. Yes. You need to talk
so
like
isn't
Aussie,
that
like everyone else. Otherwise, yes. Otherwise, you're going to be a foreigner forever.
But Victor, this is something you can change. You can talk.
Are you serious? Are you
in an Australian
accent? Are you kidding me? I moved to Australia. I was 29 years of age.
Let's try. Hold on.
I'm never gonna be talk like Aussie. Even you're gonna put me in a school full time.
Victor, let's try it now. Try it now. All right.
Okay. Okay. I have a friend. I have a friend, Indian guy. He talks like an indigenous guy. He can talk like an indigenous guy.
Yeah.
He loves it. He loves like talk like indigenous people, with that. Hey, bro, bra, something like that, like
All
like
right.
a street one.
Let me run through an Australian exam right now, and we'll see if you pass. And then if you pass,
I passed my citizenship test.
okay. So
many Aussies won't pass it.
all right. So what does good on ya mean?
Good on you, pretty much good on you. Yes? No, why are you laughing?
Well done. It means well done, good stuff. Bro, maybe you're not Aussie. All right, what does arvo mean?
Afternoon, yeah? Yes, late afternoon.
Yeah. What does brekkie mean?
Breakfast.
All right, this is good. You're doing well. What does bogan mean?
That's countryman. Countryman.
Countryman is great.
What does
We got them in Russia too,
All right. So you're pretty on point. You're pretty on point. This is the final one. This will really say if you're Australian or not. What does eshe mean?
No idea. Esha. Sorry. Yeah.
Brother, fail with the Australian test.
Yeah. I'm not Australian.
No, I get what you mean.
But I'm import.
But is Australia innately racist? That's what I would like to know. Do you think Australia, I know you're not Australia, and I know you might be living here, even if you live here for like 30 years, and if you have an accent, people might say that you're not Australian. But what I'm asking you is that people that come from other countries or were born here but are from other countries, do you think Australia in itself as a country is an innately racist country? And be honest.
If to be honest, I'll tell you, it's a normal thing. It's for any country in the world. It's a normal thing for any nationality. It's happening in Russia too. Towards foreigners who comes to Russia.
Yeah,
it's happening to probably any other countries as well, but it all depends on the level of your intelligence and how smart you are. Because the lower your IQ, yes, the more you are racist. It's simple. It's simple, yes. And of course, Australians, average Australians, all Australians, they're all different as well. Some of them got low IQ, some of them got high IQ.
Yeah.
And it's I have good friends, born several generations Australians.
Yeah.
And they my close friends, and just few numbers. I'm not saying like I'm not even saying about several people. I'm talking about a few people, and I'm lucky to have these guys and call them friends for a long time, and we help each other all the time as much as we can. We have a good connection, and but unfortunately, Russian people, they're not close to me ever here in Australia. I don't describe myself as a person that stick to the community, Russian community, because I don't like them.
You don't like them?
I don't like Russian people in Australia. I don't like them. No. It's sad.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. I can't change it, and I'm just like sort of witnessing that happen, and I can't change it. And I don't have even a will to change it. It is what it is,
And is that because you you disagree with them leaving Russia? Why is that the case?
No. I think look, it's very sad. It's very sad. I think they went through some life difficulties.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Yep.
It's like I have a particular example in front of my eyes, sort of, you know. And those life difficulties changed them. They got broken. They got broken. They gave up. They lost their personality, and they just got bent over by circumstances and people around them bend them over. Of course, you know, main impact is a woman. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yes. Again.
Okay.
Yes.
So similar.
Australian woman.
So you're saying
what
hold on,
Australian
hold on.
woman does
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah, no.
It's
What
crazy.
all women does is very crazy.
Yes.
But
yes.
so, are you saying in the context of, for example, the Orthodox priest that you mentioned earlier, he is now more about money and not so much about Christian orthodoxy, and
100%.
he's more about his woman and status quo.
100%.
So that's the issue that you have with Russians in Australia.
Not all, but that particular one, he's not a nice guy. Maybe we're gonna start from that. He moved to Australia as a refugee.
Okay.
When communist country, an official Soviet Union already was not existing. He moved, but he jumped on that last boat, sort of. You know what I mean? Where describing that he was kind of like being treated not right by communist people.
Stalin
was not alive for 40, 50 years already. But he could have say to Australian government when he was applying for his refugee visa, he was saying Stalin and his destiny, whatever, and
the residues of communism in Russia.
And Australian government, immigration department, they're full of illusion. They just, yes, okay, we accept you. Yes, because you just came from, you blame this, you claim whatever. Look, I'm telling you things. I can tell you things. Direct. In Australia is a hole in immigration law. Any woman can come to Australia as a visitor and claim domestic violence and get a fucking citizenship. Any woman, any.
Yeah.
Simple like this. It's like this because no one can say other things. The woman is not a victim if she claims domestic violence.
Yeah.
Aussie guy, 2 guys. I know them personally. 2 Russian girls came to Australia on a partner visa or no matter, maybe in a tourist visa, but to the Aussie guy. After a while, one of them, he just said, look, because one of the Russian, I know that guy. He's born in Australia. He's a great guy. He's doing boxing. We train together. Italian background, you know, born in Australia. He's an amazing guy, you know. But I think he's I'm sure he's over than 50 years of age, still love boxing, involved in a fitness industry. And so he met a Russian girl, Bali or Thailand, I'm not sure. And he told me, he went for 2 weeks visiting her in Moscow. And he said, she's my queen. She does everything for me. Everything. She's the best. She's my queen. I was quite impressed to hear that, you know. But Then he said, I want to move her to Australia from Moscow. I want to move her here. He was about 50 years of age that time, maybe late 40s. She was like maybe about 10 years younger than him. So he brought her here. I live up north, Perth. He lives south of the river. We sort of like a little bit different. We distance from each other, and I try to catch up with him and try to. I told him like I would like to meet that your woman, because he brought her here to Australia, to Perth. But for some reason we didn't have a chance to catch up. And after a while, I asked him, "What's happening? How are you doing in this?" He said, "We're not together anymore." I said, "What happened?" He said, "She's an art person. She's like a sort of like a intelligent thing, like she draw art pictures. She's a art pictures drawer, whatever, and she telling him like he told me she's telling him like try to push him and try to change him, hey, my dear, she tried to change his dress code. What are you wearing? It's not good. You need to wear classic pants, classic suit, because what are you wearing? But he was wearing like an Aussie guy, shorts, t-shirts, singlets, whatever. He loves it, it's simple and it's convenient, And then, for example, on a Sunday morning, he's watching he's buying a main event boxing. Watching a main event. And he put a 6-pack of beers on a table and watching boxing. She walked in the lounge and like, what the hell is this? What is this? He's like, what? What? This one? What are you doing? I'm watching boxing, and I'm just want to watch like a Mike Tyson fight, for example, or
Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson,
or something like that. Maybe like someone else back in the days.
Usyk versus Tyson 1.
Yeah, whatever. But he's saying, "What do you mean?" Yes, I wanna. This is like I was waiting for that day all week or maybe a few weeks, and this is a main event. I wanna watch.
Yeah,
and this is beer. I wanna drink, and this which is pretty much Australian lifestyle.
Australia way of life,
yeah, exactly.
Mate. Yeah.
For weekend, it's not like it's just it's not a bottle of vodka. It's a 6-pack of beers. That's it. Not like, too bad. Or whatever. And she's like criticizing him. She criticizes him. She tells him, "No, you're doing the wrong thing. You should have watched opera."
Should watch opera
or
singing,
classic ballet or whatever shit. So she tried to push him too hard, and he's like every man, and also he's not a young guy anymore. He's not a kid. She's not his mom to tell him what to do.
100%, yeah.
And he eventually told her, "Hey, sweetheart, don't you know? When we met, I told you everything about myself and introduced myself. Boxing is a part of me. Boxing is part of my life. I love boxing. This is my genes. Maybe his Italian background. Maybe maybe Rocky movies, Sylvester Stallone. Who knows? Italians, they love it. And of course, in Italy, boxing in Italy was a part of as a Europe and that kind of stuff. It was a big thing, but. He's saying it's a part of me. It's a part of my life, and I want to watch it. It's but she kept pushing him, and one day he told her, I won't mention her name, but he told her, "Sweetheart, I think we need a break, and I think you need to go back to Moscow. Go back to Moscow. We need a break." Next day, police.
Police.
Domestic violence, accusation for domestic violence. Next day. That's it, mate. And look what happened then. He didn't go to jail. No, he's all right. He's all right. But yes, they split up, but she's still here in Australia. That's a hole. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I get
another
you.
woman really bad. That thing, that's what I just story describe you. It's just can happen to anyone, you know, and can happen from a good start. Eventually can end up like that. Any sort of circumstances, whatever. But the other woman was a bad girl.
Okay.
Yes, she came from east side of Russia. They met, I think, somewhere like probably, I don't know. I think they met on internet. She is an internet bribe.
Bribe.
Yeah.
She's a bribe.
Yeah.
She could be a bribe too, you know?
Yeah. So he brought her to Australia.
Yeah.
Steve, his name is Steve. He been married before. He got 2 children from previous marriage. He got a house around Kennington, yes.
Yep, okay.
And he got a business as well.
All right. What happened to him? What did she do?
What happened to him? He brought her here to Australia. And we went, because we went for a lunch to Mandurah with my wife and them, you know, like because we got mutual friends, Russian people, you know, like, and that's how we met. We went for a lunch, and I sort of been witnessing of her behavior and everything, and I was like sort of like shocked. And I was, I didn't.
You could see what she was doing.
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And I tried to caution him. I pulled him apart.
Yeah.
And I tried to caution him and warn him and ask him a question. I said, Steve, are you sure that this woman is the one that you want to spend together your years or lifetime, whatever? You sure? But his reply was sort of like was unexpected. He told me, she's in my heart. I love her. She's in my heart. And I realized, you know, I cannot tell him that thing. I cannot tell him because it's pointless. And
he's hypnotized.
I don't know. He's hypnotized, or he's
in love.
Or maybe he's just
under a spell.
He's a victim of something illusion. Maybe.
Yeah.
Some people, they, you know, they're victims, you know.
It's a psychological...
Forever. They're always victims.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a psychological situation.
So
I mean, if you're online looking for a bribe, I think you got some
I tried to caution
loose.
him, but it doesn't work. So I just zip my mouth. 3 months later, she disappeared. He asked him to bring her 19 years of age son from Russia, telling him that's in Russia, it's mandatory for 18 years of age guys go to army, which is true.
Yeah.
Army duty in Russia, not in Australia. It's a different in Australia.
I got called up for Brazil as well. I was 21.
Okay. Yeah, you know what it is.
Yep.
So in Russia, but you can avoid it by medical condition.
Yep.
Or
other reasons.
Other reasons, yes. I avoided myself. So she asked him to bring her son, and he did. He brought her son to Australia.
Yeah.
3 months later, after I've been on their wedding in Esplanade Fremantle Hotel. I've been with my wife. I've been on their wedding, and some BS happened there as well. Not a good thing. She made up that thing. Shocked, sort of like Aussie friends with the Russian ritual. It's that they call it like when someone steal a bride.
Yeah.
Bribe.
Take a bribe?
Yeah, like steal her.
Oh, steal a bride.
From wedding.
Yeah.
And then all the visitors and guests had to pay some money to get her back.
Oh, is that a thing? Bro, what the fuck is going on in Russia, man?
Yes, I know. It's an old thing. It's like like here in Australia, the people bring gifts in envelopes. Yes.
Yeah.
But in Russia, it's sort of a ritual that they do that way. Instead of that, give them the money in envelopes, they do that thing. It's an old thing. It's an old thing.
Yeah, they steal the bride and you're gonna pay for her back.
Yes, exactly. So she did it. She initiated that BS and she did it. And then all Aussie people, they're like, what the hell is going on? They're like, we came to the wedding, we gave the envelopes, but then people around asking us for more money, it's sort of
incredible.
So, yeah, it's really rude, sort of.
They're taking advantage, essentially.
Yeah. So whatever they did, but look, 3 months after the wedding, she disappeared from the house. Yeah, I spoke to him once. I say, "How are you going?" She got a job. She's back. She's going to work, some cleaning company or something. She's back home, tired. Goes to bed. We don't have much time together, but everything gonna be all right. I believe. It's like just need the time.
Yeah. Sure. Of course.
He was so naive. He was so fucking naive.
He was a naive, and a lot of these men are a lot of these men think that they're going to find a bride overseas, and within 3 months they've fallen in love, and they don't really understand that these women are conniving and they do take advantage of men, and that's what happens. Now, as a foreigner in Australia, and there's loopholes for a lot of these women's. You've been in Australia for a very long time. Do you think right now Australia has an immigration problem?
No.
No.
We have
for example,
every day we have import. We have import every day.
Yeah, but the import used to be 86,000 per year, and just in February this year it was over 100,000 just that month.
Oh, you're talking about the big numbers.
Yeah, of foreigners coming into Australia.
Yes, but I'm telling you, I told you before, that's what government wants. But it's sort of like maybe not the right thing to do because.
But why do they want that?
Because the problem of Australia is a low number of population. We have like a very low number.
Yeah, just under 30 million.
Yeah, but it's nothing apparently. Look,
it's nothing compared to any other nation on
Look
Earth.
at our neighbors, man. Pakistan, Indonesia, they're 10 times bigger than us. Or China or India or whatever. They like 100 times bigger than us.
Yeah.
And
but they've been around a lot longer. We've only been 100 years.
Yeah.
Just over.
We have a big land, unpopulated.
Yes.
We have resources.
Yeah.
It's nice.
But they're not putting them in the middle of Australia. Like they're not putting it
over east
to assist in the population. They're putting it smack bang in the city.
Cities. Yeah, the big cities, Sydney, Melbourne, over east. It's where the whole population pretty much in Australia. But the thing is, we have a problem, and it's coming. I have 4 children. 4. And today I started considering my oldest one is 24, then 19, then 12 and 11. I got big gaps between my children. Yeah, but In Australia, I'm considering that I may not see my grandkids. I may not see my grandkids because the whole lifestyle and what's going on. My children won't be
Have kids.
Yes.
Mm.
But immigrants from third world countries or where they're coming into Australia,
A lot from India.
Yes, a lot. It's normal.
Yep.
At the moment, I work with the Indian people.
Yep.
They're great guys. You can't say all of them the same.
Yeah, no people are the same, and
Exactly.
and there's also a fertility issue. I think there's a fertility issue across the board. There seems to be a lot of people these day and age that can't have kids.
Look, the people here in Australia, when they have issues to get a child, they go to hospitals and pay thousands of dollars to help.
Yeah.
With what they call it, I don't know, not VR, fucking, just something like when
Assisted,
assistant, whatever thing,
Yeah.
But.
What's the word for it? Do you know, Brad? When you put you get it's IVF.
IVF.
Yes.
Yeah, see? IVF, VRO.
Close.
VRO.
Close.
All three letters, yeah? All about 3 letters.
And just to get, I think we've touched on immigration a fair bit.
Yeah.
Just to cap off just Australia.
My friends, look, my good friend, my best friend in Australia, he came to Australia and became a citizen after Olympic Games in 2000. The reason why I decided to move to Australia, it's because of him. His name is Victor Chinian.
Okay.
He just left Australia. He got some issue with his wife.
He had issues with his visas or his wife?
Wife.
Not wife?
Yeah, wife. Yeah. He got 2 sons. He moved his parents to Australia.
Yeah.
His sister, his parents, mom and dad to Australia.
Yeah.
He is a world champion, former world champion, and boxer. He is a legend.
Yeah.
World Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Victor Chinian. He was undisputed world champion. All versions. No one. He was beating everyone. Till one point. Because one day you go up, you beat everyone, but then after you pass your prime time,
happens to everybody,
and especially in Australia, because Australia is not a boxing country, and it's hard, because we have small population. Boxing is very private in Australia, and when you're growing up in Europe and getting your skills from young age, that's foundation of your skills and your career, whatever. But then when you move to Australia, you're losing it after years, because it's hard. Yes, we have in Australia some unique fighters, boxers, or maybe other MMA things, but it's all like it's very private. It's based on like families, like generations of families, when the granddad, father was a boxer, and they like doing Anthony Mundine, one of them.
Yes.
And Jay Petaya, I think it's the current good champion and boxer.
Yeah, cruiserweight.
Yeah, cruiserweight. Yeah.
Let's get into the boxing. So you initially came over here because of Victor, but you were close with Costa Tszyu, Tim Tszyu's father.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about Costa. Yes, let's talk.
What do you say it like that? Let's get into it.
This guy.
I mean, I did want to ask you your thoughts on Australia sending $1.3 billion to Ukraine.
It was a mistake.
Moving over. Or living with Costa Zoo, or your connection with Costa Zoo?
Yes, connection with Costa Zoo was absolute mistake. And I gained experience, which is sort of like I can describe as a positive thing always, because even if it's a bad experience, it's always experience. It's a positive thing.
Of course, you can learn from it.
Exactly. Yeah, you learn lesson. But Costa he's a absolute legend as a boxer.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I tell people shortly about Costa. He's absolute legend, Hall of Fame, World Boxing Hall of Fame.
Mm.
Yes.
But that's undeniable.
Undeniable, yes. But what people don't know and have no idea, as a person, in my opinion, he's just a piece of shit. Absolute rubbish. Dumb person. Sorry for his fans and maybe family. Of course, but I think it's probably, it is what it is, it is what it is.
And it's interesting that you say that, especially coming from you, because when you moved over here, you lived at his place with him.
I lived in his place, yes, at his backyard.
Mm-hmm.
He
had a big house. He had a granny flat at the back.
Yes, I lived at his granny flat. I moved to Australia. I bought on my own money.
How did you get connected with Costa Zoo? Why did you end up at his granny flat?
Because that myth in Russia, we have a big myth about Costa, bigger than probably in Australia, because in Russia we have a myth about Costa, especially back in the days, that he was a Soviet boxer, Soviet Union, while it was Soviet Union, Russia. Then he moved to Australia in a paradise and living became a world champion, making big money and living on a coast of the ocean, in a big house, have a family, move his parents as well there, and living like a good life, it's a myth, of course. We got movies about him, about Costa, made by Russian television.
Really?
Yeah. Documentary movies, it's because that's what TV industry does, they just want to show the sell to public product.
So you saw him on TV, you saw this big, well, not just you, but across the boxing world in Russia, he's this big figure, possibly more 100%. Even than Australia.
Even today, an icon. Yes.
And then you...
Do you know where is Costa now?
Where he is?
Yes.
He's fled. The last I heard is that he went 10 years without speaking to Tim Tszyu, his son. He rejected him. He didn't watch his fights at all. And then he went to Russia for Tim Tszyu's latest fight, which was in Russia. And it's the first time that he's actually gone to see his son fight. And then Tim Tszyu has his worst performance of his career. That's the last I heard.
Maybe you're not far from the truth, but...
what's the truth?
What I know, I have... yes, I was sort of like close to Costa's family in 2005 for 1 year. I came to Australia first 2003. Then I came 2004. I've been signed up with the Vlad Wharton, Russian guy. I think he's a Russian Jew guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Russia Russian Jews. They do very big impact on Russia as well.
Of course.
On whole world, I would say, on whole world.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
well, I think Stalin hated Christian and killed 20 million Christians, but for some reason he banned anti-Semitism. So
I think he just killed.
Mainly Christians.
He was killing everyone, man. He wasn't that. He was.
No,
He doesn't care what's your background or religion. He was just killing everyone. Who was like sort of like could be a danger for him, and just he was like killing nationalities just like this, yeah.
Yes. I don't want to get us off track. So you came in 2003.
Yeah, I met Costa maybe 2003. Yeah. But I've been on a contract with Vlad. So Vlad gave me the opportunity to come to Australia. I got 3 fights in 3 months, and I beat everyone here. I was in my prime time that time. I was 27 years of age, and Vlad he was busy living in Vegas in America. Costa was still active that time. And Vlad signed me up by contract, but he was not really focusing on me or interesting, with me, because, he didn't know what to do probably with me, and eventually I was pushing him like, let me go if you're not giving me fights, let me go. So he brought me to Australia and hooked me up with Angela Hyder.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I met Angela Hyder. And Angela Hyder was looking after me. He was a big enthusiastic boxing person was back in the days. Mm-hmm. And then he became, he was helping Jeff Fennick with Danny Green.
Yeah.
And then he became Danny Green's coach. Mm-hmm. And helping Danny Green with his career after Danny left Jeff. Yeah, because Jeff never did a contract with Danny.
Jeff Fennick never did a contract with Danny?
No one. Yes.
He's a great guy. I met him at the PCYC gym in Sydney.
Jeff is
when
a great
we were boxing
guy.
against the Mundane camp.
Jeff is a legend. Yes.
He's great.
He's great. He's not perfect, but no one does, but he's not fake.
Yeah.
Which is
like Costa.
Like Costa, exactly. I left Jeff after I'm an Australian citizen because of Jeff. I'm grateful to Jeff. I left Jeff, but we're still talking. But when I left Costa and moved to Jeff, Costa never talked to me after that. He never even called me and asked what happened, whatever. Never. He's a high-nose princess, not a prince. He's a fucking prince. He's a woman or whatever fucking shit. He's a girl. He's not a guy.
I mean, for someone to leave their child for over a decade, apparently, tell me if this is true, Tim Tszyu would come to the gym whilst he was training and he was trying to become a boxer, and that's his son, and he wouldn't give attention to Tim Tszyu, or if there was any media at all, Costa will try and take all the attention for himself. He wouldn't prop up his own child. Is that true?
Tim Tszyu, he's a born Australian boxer.
Yes.
First of all, it's sort of a business, like the whole team of Tim Tszyu.
Yeah.
They use it as a business. He made money. Mm-hmm. Before he lost, he got that bad defeats in the United States.
Yeah.
He already made money. He's fine. Absolutely fine. He's good. He's happy. Of course, would be better if he didn't he wasn't defeated, like in his last fights, and of course would be much better, and it's gonna be much more money for the family, for his team. It's the whole team. Team's due team is sort of a copy of the team that Costa have. It's the same, pretty much the same people who they could trust, and it's a sort of a business as well. But my opinion, the biggest disadvantage of team's career and boxing is his coach.
His coach.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
What's?
I trained with he was my coach as well. Ego.
Yeah.
That's his uncle. His Costa's sister's husband, uncle. Yeah. He became a boxing coach only in Australia, just for
Igor Golubev. So
yes, you're right.
when did he? What was he doing before he was a
he never
boxing
been
coach?
he never done boxing in his life. I never heard, and he never done it. He did swimming. I heard that he was doing swimming, but only in Australia.
He did swim. Sorry. What do you mean? So you're telling me Tim Zhu's coach, his current boxing coach,
Yes.
did swimming?
That's what I heard, that he was a swimmer. Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. He works hard. He was looking after Zoo Boxing Academy. That's a gym where the Costa was training. It's a PCYC, Rockdale, PCYC place, whatever.
Yeah, I know that place.
Yeah. It's a gym, just where the Costa. It's sort of like a private gym, like maybe hundreds of that gyms in Australia, boxing gyms, whatever, martial arts, hundreds of them. It's a small gym, not a big one. And because it's PCYC, maybe it's like half government budget or whatever.
It's PCYC is for it's like a police community center. That's what's PCYC for. So it's all community centers, all these locations.
Yeah. Hundreds of maybe thousands even genetically gifted kids in Australia. Yeah, especially indigenous, maybe. They cannot afford to pay membership to join a gym, boxing gym. They love boxing. Yeah, it's a martial art. It's like a competitive thing. It's good for discipline. That's how
it's one of the best.
It's good for. That's how it built and been settled in Russia, for example, and Ukraine. And Kazakhstan, all that former USSR countries, But in Australia, it's not really used. That kind of direction is not used because you can sort of in Russia, it's used very well. When coaches go, like every year, they go to schools and also they pay attention. They just take like trouble kids from schools and they invite them to join boxing classes programs, and try to discipline them, while here in Australia, because boxing it's a martial art, it's like a competitive thing, and it's always like a respectful for bad kids, when they a little bit out of the line or something, But here in Australia, that direction is not used. Boxing, martial arts, absolutely. Government people, they don't want to deal with that at all. They just keep their face away like this because their children, because they no idea because of what it is, they're not using that opportunity or that direction because they think boxing is, first of all, they think it's bad. It's violence. And it's brain damage, and they're not far from truth. Yes, in Australia, because in Australia, yes, boxing is very like sort of associated with bad people,
Yeah.
criminals, bikies, and
which is
you know why?
complete,
Because you know why?
It's bullshit.
Because yes, it's bullshit. Because when government turn their face away from the area, or that area and that empty spot gets filled up by other people, enthusiastic. Because people in Australia, they just roll up their garage door, hang up a boxing bags in the garage, and they say, "Come over, boxing." We they got no idea. They after watching a Rocky movie, they just wake up next morning and I know how to train champions. That's why.
No, it's bad. Even the they don't even train police over here. It's like they just want everyone just walk around like zombies.
You don't need to train police here.
Well, they don't even run.
We have
anymore.
no crime. We have no criminals. Pretty much. We have wannabes. That's it.
No, yeah, that's true. Australia does need to put funding into sports, like even gymnastics. These kids, like jiu-jitsu, for example, these kids have to pay for themselves to go over east to compete. If any sport, they have to all pay themselves.
My daughter was state represented like a state for synchronized swimming.
Yeah,
we pay for 5. She was doing that for 5 years. Maybe 5 days a week. We drove our daughter 1 hour one way to a swimming pool.
Yeah,
stay there for 2 hours.
Yeah,
and then we drive back. And when after 5 years, my daughter told us she been in high school. She said, "I don't want to do it anymore. I want to resign. I want to finish." We said, "Thanks God." That's what we said. And me and my wife, because it's all on a parents' shoulders. All that sports and everything. When my daughter went to a competition, like Australian competition in Melbourne, we had to pay for everything.
Yeah,
we went there. We went Melbourne with the team, but also we pay for airfare, for hotel, for accommodation for my daughter. It's in Russia. It's different.
Yeah.
Even now, I'm not sure. I don't know much about now, but when I was doing boxing, it was sort of like a new time as well.
Yeah.
But
there was more support.
More support. Yes, we got back in the days. It called Department of Sport and Tourism, and my coach, when we need to go for competition, interstate or even in my state, my coach getting money from that department and buying tickets and accommodation and everything. It's no way from parents, no way. Because I wasn't able to ask my parents for that. Back in the days. But this is what it is, and that's what it is. Where is Australian sport? Of course, we have a small population, and
no, but we have a lot of money. We can use tariffs like Qatar does to pay for a lot of things. To sell our oil, gas, and our minerals and gas. Really, we should put on a lot of tariffs, and then that money can be used into the population. It can be used in sport. I completely agree. And that's a message I 100% support. Victor, it's been awesome having you on, mate. We touched on a lot of good topics. And just to finish off, you've had an incredible career. I don't know if it's gonna continue. 32 wins in pros, 30 by KO. You've got a major right. 64 wins in your amateur career. You've had over 100 fights, which is outrageous.
It's not much for Russia. It's not much.
It's not much for Russia.
No, not at all. It's like a very small amount for Russia. I'm for amateur fights. Yes. Yeah. But I'm still I look good. I feel good, and maybe my career is finished. Yes, many years ago. But it's as a hobby. I can continue only as a hobby. That's it. Yeah, I can entertain people, and do some maybe fights, and I'm looking forward. As a veteran, I'm a veteran. It's no doubt, with that.
Do they have that in boxing? We have masters, not in boxing, in jiu-jitsu we have masters competition.
Yeah.
Do you want to go pro a few more times, or what do you mean?
I can do it tomorrow. I can do it. Yes, no training. I can do it even tomorrow. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
as I did my last several fights. I participated with no preparation at all. Yeah, but which is not the right thing to do. Yeah, but here in Perth, especially, we have no boxing alive anymore. All boxing coaches and boxing gyms are dead. Yeah. In my perspective, I only have one boxing place with big enthusiastic guy who runs it.
Yeah.
Matthew Floyd.
Yeah.
You heard the name?
And if he and others, if we got a promoter, you'd have another fight.
What do you mean?
Like you do one more fight.
One more fight. I told you I can fight him tomorrow. Yeah, if I'm gonna get an offer, But I'm not fighting for free.
Of course.
Yeah, that's
no way.
It should be paid fight. At least like some reasonable money, because
100%. No, you deserve it. I mean, your career speaks for itself. You had a phenomenal one and great fights in there. It's been a pleasure to have you on. Anything you'd like to leave us with?
Thank you, Diego. All the best to you in your channel, in your podcast. It's a good thing you're doing, and it was a pleasure to me to be here. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it. See you guys next time. Make sure you like, subscribe, share this out. We got the Substack, so go over there and subscribe. We've got paid memberships where you can deep dive into some philosophy videos that is not for free anywhere else. And you'll also get these episodes before releasing on any other platform if you subscribe to the Substack. Go to diogocohea.com.